We are ready. DeSmet and Tulare, one of these two teams will be the state champions here in 1995. Let's meet the starting lineups with PA announcer Wade Fisher.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the championship game. This game has the Chieftains of Tulare High School and the Bulldogs of DeSmet High School. First, the introductions of the cheerleaders from both squads. First, the DeSmet Bulldog cheerleaders. Jessica Bose, Tracy Kretschmer, Leah Twite, Vicki Wilkinson, Kim Burgers, Brittany Jansen. Their advisors are Sherry Knock and Connie Geyer. And now the cheerleaders for the Tulare Chieftains. Catherine Fisk, Beth Harford, Casey Woodward, Ann Albers, April Schultz. Their advisor is Tracy Hand. And now we'll introduce the teams in alternating order. First, starting at one guard for the DeSmet Bulldogs, number 23, Josh McNames. Starting at one guard for the Tulare Chieftains, number 32, Wes Frankenstein. Starting at another guard for the Bulldogs, number 55, Barry Hine. Starting at a guard for the Chieftains, number 34, Tim Bottom. Starting at one forward for the Bulldogs, number 15, Adam Dannenbrink. At a forward for the Chieftains, number 40, Matt Schultz. At another forward for the Bulldogs, number 21, Jeremy Dobson. At a forward for the Chieftains, number 44, Travis Watson. And at center for the Bulldogs, number 41, Ross Cruz. And center for the Chieftains, number 50, Jim Schrader. Head coach of the Bulldogs, Marv McCune. Assistants, Pat Wheeler, Troy Sturgeon, and Dave Thurman. Head coach of the Tulare Chieftains, Byron Hand. Assistant, Fran Rusing. Officials for this evening's championship game are Bob Kreitlow and Lee Johnson.
DeSmet at 22-2. Tulare's record identical, 22-2. The 23rd victory. Whoever gets it will be the sweet one that they, well, of course, both the kids will always remember this, but it's championship time. Third straight appearance in the state tournament for Tulare. It has been an annual thing for DeSmet. 17 total appearances in state tournaments. 7 of the last 10, including a Class A appearance in 1990, and the last 4 in a row here at the State B. So in many ways, these kids have earned their way throughout the last 4 years into the title game.
And we know which way each one of these teams wants to go. Tulare inside, DeSmet up and down.
And Cruz wins the tip against Schrader. So DeSmet starts with Hine and McNames and Dobson and Dannenbrink and Cruz. Dobson pulls the first 3-point trigger and he nails it. Jeremy Dobson, 43rd three-pointer of the year. And look at where DeSmet picks up. And look at that score. Lincoln out 21-7 over Stevens in the state AA championship game. Josh McNames picks up the first foul of the game. So it's Frankenstein, Bottom, Schultz, Watson, and Schrader. And Jim Schrader's left thigh is wrapped this evening. It's been bothering him a little bit.
McNames, smart player. He's picked him up early before to look for him to not get in foul trouble. He hasn't been all season.
Schultz will be playing much of the point early on, even though it's been Bottom who has done that job most of the time, having to hurry and throwing it away is Tulare, and that's the type of ball DeSmet loves. It's a team that averages 13 steals a ball game.
That was vicious pressure. We didn't see a lot of steals last night in the semifinal win, but we did see a lot of turnovers by Emory.
McNames, high, a pull from 3. And Schultz with the rebound. Now Bottom will bring it up. Excuse me, Tom.
Off the miss, I was just going to say, tough to get the pressure going off of the missed basket. So look for DeSmet to put it on after any score that they do make.
In the corner, Swanson, Travis Swanson, and now Bottom regathers. It's taken away by Dannenbring. A pass intended for Frankenstein. Adam will lay it in. 2 quick baskets. Dannenbring and Dobson have it 5-zip early on. Just a minute and a half in.
Great anticipation set up. Dannenbring was the guy on the backside. Played the passing lane, the lazy pass, and he picks it off.
Bottom tried to flip a pass to Schrader, who wasn't looking, but Frankenstein was right there. Or maybe it was intended for West. I don't know. And now Dobson will wait for Josh McNames and start it out. Behind the top 3-point shooter. Cruz has had a terrific tournament, and he hits that bucket. Ross Cruz, 12 points in his matchup against Jansen last night. Josh McNames tips it away, but Bottom will get it back. Bounce pass stolen by Cruz. 7-0 DeSmet on top. Is it going to be 10-0? Cruz will make it 9-zip.
They are relentless.
And a timeout asked for by Byron Hand. He needs it. DeSmet by 9 early.
Each year, your community Norwest banks award 74 $1,000 college scholarships to deserving high school seniors. During these tournaments, we're announcing this year's winners.
Hello from Aberdeen, the home of Northern State University and Presentation College. Our winners are Jennifer Hansen, John Bloomster, Jennifer Boutel, and Matthew Barando.
And for Mitchell, home of Dakota Wesleyan University and Mitchell Technical Institute, our winners are Mary Quinzer and Melissa Shue.
2 of our winners from South Central South Dakota communities are Virgil Grimm and Shauna Broderick.
When you visit Sioux Falls, experience the Great Plains Zoo and Museum. Our winners are Jennifer Van Deventer and Kirby Kozel.
In South Dakota's beautiful Black Hills, 2 of our Rapid City winners are Carrie Stillwell and Jade Kading.
Congratulations to these scholarship winners from everyone at your community Norwest Bank.
Ross Cruz has been big in this tournament. The spin on Jim Schrader, and he's already got 4 in this one. And he has been thermal the last 3 games. 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists in the semifinal win over Emory last night. And the defensive job on Chris Jansen.
Yeah, he called it the best defensive game of his life. Pass comes into Tim Bottoms, and now they'll let Wes Frankenstein bring it up against Larson. Larson played a solid game yesterday as well. He's number 35. That's junior Darren Larson for DeSmet.
Frankenstein's going to have to handle the ball quite a bit because McNames is going to be all over Tim Bottom, all over the floor.
There's one thing that size can do, and you just back down. It's kind of a 4-spread standard offense for Tulare. Just let the big guy, in this case Bottom, move his opponent down, and it worked for the first bucket of the game. One thing I didn't realize when we were watching the game yesterday is that in the second half, DeSmet only put up 14 shots and made 12 of them. Wow, huh?
And then went to the line and shot about 75% from there and just put it away.
Dobson.
Good rebound by Schrader. Scott Frankenstein.
Now Tulare will want to run. Watson will pull it back. He'll give it to Schrader, who will go to the line. First foul on Cruz. It's the second on the team.
Get over that initial shock of that pressure that's just in your face constantly, and then you can finally get down and set up your secondary break like that and get Schrader down on the block and get him some shots where he is most effective.
DeSmit has done that to so many teams this year, and I guess the one game that we'll make reference to is their earlier meeting in Game 7 with Emory, where DeSmit jumped up 20-4.
Ran out to a 20-4 lead, led it 20-8 at the end of the first, and then Emory played with them.
And Tulare will keep off the miss of the free throw, knocked out by one of the Bulldogs. 4:24 left opening period. Tulare with 18 straight victories, looking for number 19. DeSmit has not lost to a Class B team this year. Their 2 losses to Howard and Clark. Bottom on the baseline. Good passing over to Frankenstein. Wes Frankenstein in and out. Frankenstein will get it back and put it back in. So Frankenstein, who had 26 points in the opener, 21 last night against Eureka, scores his first 2. And a travel underneath. 3 minutes, 51 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And we'll break away with DeSmit leading by 5.
Say yes to Express. Express Communications, a long-distance company created by South Dakotans for South Dakotans. Today, Express serves over 80,000 customers statewide. Utilize Express Communications, delivering clear, dependable long-distance service and keeping your dollars at home, where they can help all of us. Say yes to Express.
It's your company.
As I look across the floor, I see tomorrow. It's in their eyes and their spirit. I see opportunity for real change. I wish I knew then what I know now, because there's no limit on what the mind can do. If I could tell them one thing, stay in school. We need you. We really need you.
There's them dogs that are in the house, huh?
There's some proud mothers somewhere right now.
During one of the earlier commercials, the O was gone, so they had to wait for the O to come back.
You don't have a dog without an O, right?
Oh, it'd be a little tough, wouldn't it? So it's been a strong start for DeSmit, and Tulare with a couple of buckets. Frankenstein with the last one to make it a 5-point game. Setting a screen for Schrader, but Cruz is right there. That was a rifle pass right at the ankle of Watson, and McNames poked it away in the back court. Boy, he is fun to watch, number 23. Bottom, bounce pass, Frankenstein scores. Boy, that was a sweet little play all the way around.
Excellent movement underneath by Frankenstein. He knew Bottom knew where he was, so he just had to get himself open.
6 straight points now for Tulare to make it a 3-point game. McNames floats it. Schrader rebounds it.
Well, we've seen the speedy guys go at it. Lincoln doubling up Stevens at halftime.
Wow, Pearson and Crew.
Waited for the right time to play their best 3 games, didn't they?
And Bottom knocks it down from about 17. And an 8-point run has it a 1-point game. So DeSmit with those quick 9, and now Tulare back in. Hine will make a move and float one down. Barry Hine. Boy, he has had strong second halves in both of the victories over Armour and over Emory. Hine slips down, so Schultz is able to go the other way with it. Down low, Frankenstein. West scored big down there against Eureka. He had 21 points in the victory last night. He was 8 of 12 from the floor. Cruz works for a shot. Schrader makes it go wide.
Yeah, nice job of Schrader of not giving it up, not squatting down at the ball when Cruz went up.
And now Tulare with a bucket will go ahead in this one. And it didn't look like that about 5 minutes ago.
Well, we talked a little bit about it. If Tulare could just get a shot off, that they would be all right, and they've been able to get it up on the rim or hit a jump shot the last 4 times down.
A three-point attempt. Larson with the rebound. Larson at 6'2", will probably play a few more minutes. He's a little bit bigger. McNames slipped it back to Dobson. Over to Josh now. McNames steps up, pulls up, and rebound. Comes down to Travis Watson, 6'4" junior. There's a little over a minute now left to play in the opening quarter of the State B-Boys basketball game. Lee Timmerman, Tom Neiman, and the entire Kellerland crew live from Aberdeen. Bottom had it stripped away. Hine will leave it ahead for McNames, and Josh will put it up short. Rebound for Tulare. So there's a little bullet dives, and in the last 37 seconds, again, Tulare with a chance to take the lead. That's a break.
He got a little nonchalant there. He might have twisted an ankle when he came down after that miss.
Well, one thing with McNames, he had arthroscopic knee surgery early in the football season, and a turnaround one-hander, and there is the lead. Trader's basket gives Tulare a lead. Josh McNames had his knee drained again today. He's had it done a bunch this year. He came back after just 9 days after surgery in the football season. Popping for three. Comes back to Hine. That will not count, and Tulare takes the lead. So the Chieftains answer the Bulldogs' run to lead by 1 after 1.
Now there are 1,000 reasons to buy a Ford Windstar. For a limited time, get $1,000 cash back when you buy or lease a Windstar. That's $1,000 cash back on the minivan with the largest V6 engine, plus dual airbags, 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, and front-wheel drive. And right now, qualified buyers may get an additional $750 bonus for total cash back up to $1,750. See your Northland Ford dealer for details today.
Say yes to Express. Express Communications, a long-distance company created by South Dakotans for South Dakotans. Today, Express serves over 80,000 customers statewide, utilizing South Dakota's only fiber optic network. Express Communications, delivering clear, dependable long-distance service and keeping your dollars at home where they can help all of us. Say yes to Express.
It's your company.
Tulare, this is what got him started. That nice little dish on the drive from Tim Bottom to Wes Frankenstein, and then the jump hook from Jim Schrader, that is, that ended that little run and put Tulare up by 1.
Schrader averages 18 points a game. Wes Frankenstein almost 20 at 19.6. And Tulare will start our second quarter. It's a very good job, I think, of Tulare staying patient, and even though that pass is deflected out of bounds, but not to let DeSmit blow him out.
Yeah, they really we'll find out what Byron Hand said in that timeout when they were down 9-0. But again, a nice pass that time by Bottom. He had the right idea, he just missed the pass.
Cruz will bring Schrader away from the bucket, and McNames will drive, hook it way back out for Hine. Hine will go for a three. Barry's been short on his last two. Long pass ahead. Watson tiptoeing. And he one of those, I think the nail on the big toe may have caught that line.
Oh, he was looking down at the line, and maybe his shoelace flopped forward and got out of bounds there or something. But he knows the ref is standing there watching him. Yep. Oh.
DeSmit looking to take the lead back. Dobson will give it back to McNames. And yes, McNames will have the lead come back. Josh wearing his lucky boxers. He's got some ripped up boxer shorts on underneath the uniform.
He knows Dobson's there.
Oh, and a tough basket for Josh McNames. He has all the points in this quarter, and it's 15-12 the lead. Dobson was there, but McNames, I think, felt like he wanted to challenge. Bottom blocked by Cruz, but Bottom has it back. Little off balance on that shot. Dannenbring does save it. Cruz had 3 blocks, and he was our American Dairy Association Player of the Game in the victory over Emory.
A game of runs, and I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Just back and forth, maybe a 6-point lead. And take a look at some of the first half numbers. DeSmet got 13 shots off in that first quarter. The 3-pointer, of course, by Dobson.
Dobson scores again.
And there he is. The turnovers, 4 by Tulare, leading to points for the Bulldogs early.
Yeah, that came early, so Lincoln up at halftime, doubling the score, 34-17. That's the AA state championship game. And halftime of this contest, we will go to Stacy Bauer for an update and some highlights of that first half. Frankenstein pulls up. He's a good basketball player. 8 points in the game now for Frankenstein.
Has he been so solid or what? When they've needed points, they've gone to West Frankenstein.
47 points in the tournament coming into this game for Frankenstein. He has shot extremely well from the floor. Bottom wanted to guard McNames, and there's Hine putting it up. Schrader with the rebound. Tim Bottom loves the challenge. In fact, he went to Coach Byron Hand and said, do I get McNames? I'd like to guard him. In the camps and stuff, he wants to guard Norberg and all those kids. He loves the challenge. Frankenstein will make a move. Pass Dannenbrink, pull up and hit. West Frankenstein, 10 of his team, 16 points. Back to a 1-point contest. Bulldogs with the ball and the 1-point lead. Cruz back. McNames will kick it out to Dobson. Dobson's been hot, but very cool on that shot. Long pass ahead. Frankenstein. West. No. Cruz hustled back for the board. And Dannenbrink. Cruz with an offensive rebound. And a foul by West Frankenstein underneath.
Nice job of staying active. I was just going to say that DeSmet has not had a second chance so far, but Dannenbrink staying active there, getting after the ball to get to the free throw line.
Substitutions in. Darren Larson back in. Our first look at Buddy Vincent, number 25. You see him there in the bottom left of your screen. Buddy is a junior, 5'10". Dobson will take a rest. No, he won't. I'm sorry, Dobson. I looked at the long socks and thought it was Dobson up there, but Hine and Dobson both wear those long. The socks pulled all the way up.
High socking back in vogue a little bit.
The way
those guys with the
back in the late 70s and early 80s.
Yeah, the haircuts aren't back, but the socks are.
Cruz misses 2. Offensive board. Larson just came in and he just scored. A 3-point edge. Vincent putting some pressure on. Tulare goes to the corner and now back out to set. That's a 3-point shot in for the sophomore Bottom. His 22nd 3-pointer ties this thing up. Cruz, I think, travels. There'll be a break in the action at the 3:45 mark. It's 19-19. We're going to break away at the State B. All tied up. Good game.
Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen and have ourselves a snack.
Ice cold milk. Help yourself. Cold drinks are like basketball players. They can be tall, they can be smooth, but it takes a great one to dunk. Ice cold milk. Help yourself. Brought to you by your local dairy farmers.
Shopping for your next car? Why not America's quality and value leader, Buick? Best in class, family car of the year, first for safety, solid American value. Buick, the new symbol for quality in America and in the upper Midwest.
Tim Bottom has 7. Sometimes when you play the pressure, you get the double teams on one side of the floor, and if you swing it, you can get the shots there, and Bottom knocks that one down.
I think the pace of the game, really, Tom, in many respects, has kind of taken Jim Schrader out a little bit on the offensive end.
Frankenstein and Tim Bottom doing the work on the perimeter, stepping in, making the one dribble, getting past the smaller defender, and getting the jump shots up. Yep.
Smith defeated Dubrook, Esteline, and Castlewood in the playoffs entering this tournament. Tulare was victorious over Sunshine Bible, Iroquois, and Midland. Bottom, oh no, it was Dobson who jumped into the passing lane. McNames drops it for Cruz, lays up about a 6-footer, and Frankenstein with the rebound.
Didn't work out, but that was an excellent little dish from McNames. Looks one way, and just a little flip to Cruz.
There's a nice pass. Inside, Schrader fouled. Jim Schrader made a nice, strong move to the basket, and a quick pass got it there.
And we've talked about it the whole tournament, the way he is able to be on the move, catch the ball, as he does right here, get his feet under him, and he knows right where the hoop is, and he scores it. The pass was just right where he needed it to be from Bottom.
What Smith wants to do on the man-to-man is give some ball-side help, and they're not fronting Schrader, but really, that pass and that whole sequence was so quick as Jim converts the three-point play that Larson couldn't get over there. He recognized it pretty well, but he just couldn't get over there. Adam Dannenbring, number 15, back in. Tulare has taken its biggest lead of 3. These two teams butted heads during the football season as well. Josh McNames had the game of the year for him in that one, and there's McNames trying to play basketball. Oh, no, it won't even get close to the hoop. It was knocked down, and Frankenstein is there again.
Schultz got a piece of that one from behind on McNames.
Speaking of Schultz, he tore up his ankle in that game. Nice catch by Schrader. Spinning jumper didn't go. McNames in that football contest at 120 yards rushing and over 200 passing in a 20-0 shutout over Hitchcock Tulare. That's the time remaining in the first half. Dannenbring has it bounced up and then right in. 4 points now for Adam. And they get Frankenstein to cough it up, loose ball. That's on the line for Watson. Travis Watson is on the line. I tell you, it's so noisy in here, you can hardly, I think the officials can hardly hear the buzzer when they want to make a substitution or anything.
Tough to hear the whistle blow, too. And yes, the referee is in play.
Oh, yeah.
Anything that bounces off of him is free ball.
We're wiping up the sweat trail left by Travis Watson. Byron Hand, who's been the head coach for 5 years, and this is the 3rd year the Chieftains have made the state tournament. 36 kids in their high school, top 4 grades. For Smith, usually, well, there's a three-pointer. Boom! Yeah, very high. And for 3, first three-pointer in the game. Second, I guess, for DeSmith. First one for Hine.
Gotta watch out from behind. There you go.
And a steal. McNames whipped it over his head. Knew Dobson was going to be there. Laid it up strong. Hine would draw the jump ball. Which way is the arrow going? To D. Smith and Coach Marv McCune.
Take another look. It's going to go back the other way. McNames knows Dobson is there. Sweet. Jeremy just got himself a little bit too far under where he couldn't get it in on the reverse.
Now back to live action with Hine and Dobson out top. McNames will pump and come a little short. One of the things that Coach Hand said is we want McNames to prove it from the outside. Josh has 4 points. Schrader has another bucket and another chance for a 3-point play. The last time Schrader hit a field goal, he also was fouled in the act of shooting.
Again, Bottom. The perfect pass. Get the ball up to the big man. Don't make him come down to everybody else's level. They talk about that when the big man gets the ball and keeps it above his head, but also with the pass, get it up to where nobody else can get to it.
Nice high-arching free throw for Schrader. 8 points in the game now for Big Jim. He had 2 steals, an assist, and a block to go along with his 24 points and 9 rebounds for an all-around game against Eureka.
Followed up that 30-point 10-board performance against Heckler in the first half.
McNames soaked for the ball, really makes the defense have to concentrate extra hard on him. Dannenbrink working the triangle with Dobson, and yeah, Jeremy with another one. That's a 3-point basket, his second 3-point field goal. Give him 8 in the game and give DeSmit the 2-point lead. Poked away from behind. McNames will have the layup on the other end. Defense creates offense for Josh McNames. Closing seconds now in the first half. Tipped out by Dannenbrink. DeSmit jumped out to a 9-0 lead and then an 8-point run by Tulare. Made it a seesaw game, and Tulare had the lead of 3 a couple of different times, and now it's back to a 4-point game for DeSmit. Schrader, oh, I can't believe he got the ball even up to the top over the rim, and he'll go to the free throw line. Pretty good second effort there from Schrader. That's the second time Thompson has fouled in the game, and it's the second time that he has fouled Schrader in the act of shooting. That was a nice move with his hands to keep that thing alive. Schrader in the tournament has really done a fine job from the free throw line. He was 6 of 6 in the last game and coming in at 57% on the year. Schrader will hit the second. And let's see what McNames does. Lays it down, trying to hit Larson. And Wes Frankenstein, along with Matt Schultz, will check in here for the final 3 seconds. Going out, Scott Gilbert and Brian Bruning. Inbounding will be Bottom. Another substitution will be made by DeSmit as Cruz comes out. It's a lot of shuffling of players here for this last 3 seconds. Bottom will throw half court to Frankenstein. And an over and back. Is the call. Over and back is the call. The officials will talk about it. And I think Tulare is going to get the ball back on the over and back call. Marv McCune in his 13th year as the head coach, his 17th overall at DeSmit. He is a native of DeSmit. 214 victories and 80 defeats. And they'll put 3 seconds back on the clock. So excellent job by the officials in coming together and making sure that they got it right. Tulare trying to go for the three-pointer, which will tie it up here at the half. 29-26, DeSmit leading. And once again, Bottom will inbound. And he'll go to Frankenstein. Frankenstein back to Bottom, and there's a travel, I think. Tim shuffled the foot, and now DeSmit will inbound it at half court with 1 second left. So Gilbert and Brunig and number 30, Reese Wagner, will come in for Tulare to try and keep a chance of any fouls happening against the Chieftains. We'll also have Ryan Frankenstein, number 14, come in. And number 22, that's Eric Watson. McNames lobs it down low, and that'll be the half. 29-26. DeSmet will take a 3-point lead into the locker room. A 9-point surge started it. Tom, go ahead.
All right, Marv, are you getting enough pressure on it, or can you guys even turn it up more than that?
We can turn it up more. It looks like they're getting a little tired, but we had such an emotional run there early that it took a ton out of us, too. Our kids were way too pumped coming off of that first time out. Got to give Tulare a lot of credit for having the character to stay in there and then come back and battle a heck of a tournament game here. Basically, the pressure is getting to them. When we have our streaks, that's what's making it happen. We had some awful good shots here for a while that we didn't score on. I'm pretty satisfied with the way things are going.
All right. Thank you very much, Marv. Have a good second half. It's Marvin DeSmet by 3 here at halftime. We'll be back to the B.